My name is Nicky. It's Nicky Cuffe actually, and I just had my birthday again, which is now 62 now. On the 29th of January, I had my stroke, which is now, I suppose it's about 18 months. Yes, something about that time. And at the beginning, I was fine. I had no problem at all. And I had my stroke, unfortunately, in my sleep. I had a business before, so I used to work all my life. For about 30 years. I had businesses, and in the night, I woke up. I had dinner in the evening, and I think that I woke up normal, had dinner with two of my kids, and then after that, woke up in the morning and I had a stroke. And then after that, I was in hospital for 2 weeks. When I came back home, at that time I was with two of my children, and one of them, actually the middle one, she works for NHS. So NHS, her boss said, you must take your care for your mum, which was very nice. For 3 months, my daughter cared for me. For 3 months, she was at home with me and did everything from me. So my business, she had to do everything for me, because I couldn't even say numbers. I had to do things like even how to do my hair, the words, how to comb my hair, to do everything, things, silly things like a hairdryer. Now I know the name hairdryer, and it was very difficult at the beginning. I just cried all the time because I couldn't say anything. Basically, NHS came for 3 months. It's not often they said they can do that, but they would do that. So it helped me. And even then, one of the therapy girls used to come, and then they used to then take me to the shop, come there, and she said, okay, you walk in and you buy some bread and some milk, and you go into the shop and you get your money, and explain you to do that. And for me, because I couldn't say the bread and everything, and they make me do this, because I didn't want to. It was scary to for example, to go into the shop to try and get bread. It was very difficult for me. But anyway, I have to do it. And the girl, she's not with me. She's standing near me, behind me, not to say it. So you by yourself, okay. They said, after 3 months now, and you must be by yourself, not anymore now, And then my apartment, he would come over every day and say to me, okay, we'll take you out for a walk and for, a cup of tea, something, like to try and to do something to try and to get me to keep keep trying with my speech. Now, obviously, people say that my speech is much better. I still have a lot of problems. My speech, I'm lucky that my speech, and I think I had that time with films. I have a problem with American people. I think they're very fast, so it loses my speech for a few, for example, with a film, for a few words, and I know I understand the film, and then I lose it, and then it starts again. It's still this, and still now have this problem. I don't understand a lot of men, especially on the call. If they call me, I don't understand. But a woman, I can understand a woman. Still with, obviously, my writing. I can't with a book. I can't read a book.
you've
Yeah,
covered a lot. There's so many different types of aphasia, and your
yeah,
main issue is with retention of information, and you're able to have long sentences and form them together, but
yeah.
it's the understanding concept. I think it's more Wernicke's aphasia that you might be
Mm.
associated with. Do you think the understanding of men and with Americans is to do with the pitch and the tone?
I think the discover maybe said to me, might be because, like with when we do the Zoom, we discover. I think some of the men, because men as well, they mumble a bit or quite a bit down like that, and not clear enough, and that, then I'm not understanding.
So how do you find the sessions with Discover over Zoom? Because if you can't understand what some of the participants are saying who are male and you're also doing it online, it must be a bit of a challenge to be able to communicate with other people and know when to communicate as well.
To be honest, I am better before when we had with Discover, and we had when we started in back in October. What I'm saying is, I think for me, face to face to talking with somebody, it was better because my problem, I suppose, I guess that with Zoom with maybe too many people, maybe I lose it. So I'm hoping now with the virus thing again that we can do that again. It could be difficult maybe like with the other meetings is because you have to wear the mask, and so you know the speech thing, it's difficult for us, isn't it? So we have to wait and see how we all better with that with this virus situation.
But you'd rather not attend any Zoom and wait for face to face than attend Zoom with Discover.
Yes, I probably will give that just a break. I hope that in time it will get better with these things, but certain things like this, I think I'm stuck. You know, I'm stuck, but we'll have to see. It's obviously when I had my stroke in my brain, as they say, the wire in your brain, I've lost some things, like this, certain things, isn't it? But at the beginning, if I somebody, if it's a newish person, and then as I didn't know about your stroke, you seem you normal, um, but then after a while they start talking, I lose it because people when they start talking fast, and then I say, I'm sorry, I'm not quite understanding that. One of my other big problems still is numbers. Even though, for example, it is 21, you know it's 21, and I know it's 21, but I will say to you it's 41. Okay, Vicky, it's number 41. Even you told me it's 21. Strange, isn't that? One of my brain broken things, bits. That one, I think. So now I think I'm better because now if I go to the shop and I don't use my cards now generally. Before the virus, we use money, which is my problem, monies, because now it's easy for me. If I go to a shop, I just use the card and just go beep and it's done. So I still probably would have the problem if I went there with monies. It would still probably slow, I would get it not right. You know, when I first met, we had the meeting the first time with Rosemary, first when I saw her, and to explain about we would try to have this meetings, and then you know even the first one of the ladies that I got quite friendly with, and we started together, and we were saying then that was I think it was from last October we started that now how different we're both now, how speech both of us so much helped us a lot.
That's important, I think, for everyone's self-belief and confidence in themselves, that they have a community of people that are going through similar situations to them and they can talk together. I mean, would you say without Discover, some people who are stroke survivors would be lonely or would feel isolated?
Yes, I expect some people are lonely. couple of people. Everybody's different. I mean, I'm different now. I suppose I was a very quite confident person, because obviously what's happened is quite different. I'm different in. I'm still kind of quite a confident person, but I some people as well I think are, and some people cannot bother, you know. Before I lived by myself, but my apartment is now in with my apartment's house and his house, because I didn't want to be lonely, I suppose.
It's hard, but you should be really proud of yourself because you are inspirational.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Of course,
Sometimes it's
it's
very frustrated. It's very frustrated. The whole thing is very frustrating. My whole life, I had a lot of jobs, but no business. Two businesses. I used to have, you know, three children, two dogs, my house, me, two businesses, and then just from the day that night, I lost it. I lost everything. But I just carry on how it is. It is what it is. Nothing else you can do, like lots of other people. We can't. We just carry on, and that's it.
that's all you can do. All you can do is carry on and keep practicing and staying positive and relying
Yeah,
on the wonderful things that you can do. You can still go out for cake with your partner and you can still visit your family and friends, you know, and have a bit of a conversation and go for walks. And, you know, I think you are amazingly inspirational and there'll be people listening to this who will be wowed by your, you know, fiery spirit. And I think that you just have to, like you said, keep going and keep practicing,
yes,
and
yeah,
things will get better. Things will get better, and you'll find hobbies and interests that you're passionate about, and you can devote more time to now in this new chapter
yeah.
of your life.
Yeah, now I'm doing different things. Like I'm doing the cooking. Not cooking. Well, I do cooking. I've always liked cooking anyway. I do cooking, but now lots of gardening. Lots of gardening things. Lot of that. Now I've got that time, which I never had time before. So I'm very lucky that I have three very good kids. They're very, very good. All of I have the two daughters, two girls, and my son. My son is the youngest one, and I'm lucky all of them all have they both of them all have very good jobs as well. And they, you know, they care about me a lot. I'm very lucky, all three of them.